Good morning, guys. So, cottage cheese is not something that I like. It's not something that anybody in my household likes. And I bought this because a friend of mine said her nutritionist told her to put it in eggs and that it was a great protein boost and to use egg whites and the cottage cheese. Tried it. I've tried it a couple times. I just can't do it. I just don't like it. It's a textural thing. It's just I don't know. I just don't like it. So I have this big container of cottage cheese and I have no idea what to do with it. Well, I am going to try to make cottage cheese pancakes, but I can tell you right now that because nobody in my family likes this, I have to be discreet about it, because if I make pancakes and there's pieces of like lumps like that in there, they're not going to eat it, especially the kids. The kids will not eat it. They'll be like, what is wrong with these pancakes? So what I'm going to do, and if this works, then guess what? And they like it, then I'll be buying cottage cheese on the regular. Why? Because it'll be a great way to make pancakes, but to get some protein in them, because I feel like we eat way too many carbs in this house, especially the kids, and it'll be a great way to just get protein in them, especially in something that they like. And you eat these with syrup just like you would any pancake. So to hide the lumps, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. I'm going to use my food processor, and I'm going to put the cottage cheese in here to make it smooth before I put it in the batter for the pancakes. So let me do that now. So to make these, I'm going to do 1.5 cups of cottage cheese. So I have my 1 cup measuring cup. I'm going to fill that up. Okay, 1 cup. You need 1.5 cups. So let's see if this works. I know it will not work if I do not blend this to make it smooth, because if they see any of these, then they will not eat it. Okay, so I'm going to get this in my food processor and go blend it. Okay, that's 1 cup. And 1/2 cup. All right, I'm gonna go blend this. And just blend it until it's smooth and creamy like sour cream or plain yogurt. Okay guys, that looks pretty smooth. So let me go make the batter. So I'm gonna make these on this griddle pan. Because of the cottage cheese, these pancakes are very prone to sticking. So you just have to make sure the pan is well greased. And then if you're gonna remove them and put new pancakes, just grease a little more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my silicone brush right next to me over here, so that every time I pull the pancakes off and I make new ones, I can just brush and put the new ones on. So I'm gonna keep that there. Okay, so I greased my pan. My camera wasn't filming, but I sprayed olive oil on here, and I just greased it really well with the brush. And I'm gonna get that warmed up while I make the batter. Okay, so the first step is gonna be to add the cottage cheese. And I blended mine to make it creamy. It looks like creamy yogurt. It looks like Greek yogurt because it's thick, but it's very, very smooth. Get this off of here. Okay, so I got my 1.5 cups of cottage cheese. Now I'm going to add 4 eggs. I should probably crack these in a separate bowl, but whatever. I just cracked them in the bowl. Two. These are large eggs. 3. And 4. Okay. And then you're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. If I can get it open. Okay, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 1 and 2. Okay. And now I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar. One. And 2. Okay. So we did the 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now we're going to do some baking powder. I need 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Oof. Okay. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And now I'm going to do a cup of flour. Okay, cup of flour. This is just white all-purpose flour, unbleached, but you can use whole wheat flour or oat flour, but this is the first time I'm making these, and I'm going to see if they like them, and if they do, then I'll try to swap out whole wheat flour or oat flour. And oat flour is, you don't even have to buy oat flour, you can just buy raw oats and blend them in your thing. Okay, so in this bowl, I have 1.5 cups of cottage cheese that I blended to make smooth. I have 4 large eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 cup of flour, all-purpose white, but you can use wheat, you can use oat, you can use whatever you have, and that's it. Those are the ingredients to make these. So get everything well blended. I should be using a whisk right now, but that's okay. If you're using a whisk, just get a spatula and scrape the bottom to make sure that you're getting all the flour off the bottom. There's lumps in here, but it's not the cottage cheese, it's the flour. I'm gonna get my whisk because I want to break up the lumps that are in there, because those lumps are not cottage cheese. Those lumps are the flour, and I don't want any lumps of flour in here. Big mouth of flour when you bite into your pancake. Okay, so just make sure you get these lumps out. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. All right. Okay, guys, this is a thick batter, so it'll probably be hard to get it out of your measuring spoon or your spoon or whatever it is you're using. So in order to make this easier, because this is really thick, I am going to use, and these are going to be small pancakes. You're not making these big plate-sized pancakes. I'm going to use my cookie dough scoop because this little thing in here is going to help release the dough. So it's going to be perfect. So let me get over here to the griddle. Okay, so I got my griddle on. It's greased. It's been warming up the entire time I was making the batter. So now I'm going to get my cookie dough scoop. Look at that. Perfect. Came out perfectly. And I'm going to make beautiful little cottage cheese pancakes. And let's see if I can fool my family into loving cottage cheese. Because I know what's in here, so I have to fool myself to liking it. But if these taste good, then we don't need to fool anybody. I'm gonna put 8 pancakes on. I'm gonna try not to put any right in the middle because the middle doesn't have a burner, right? Unless your stove does have burners that cover the whole area. Or maybe you have a stove that has a griddle in the middle. All right. Okay, so let's see how these turn out. Can't wait to do a taste test. So you're just going to cook these until you start to see bubbles on top and they're nice and golden brown, and then you're going to flip them just like any other pancake. Okay, these have been on here about 3 minutes, so I'm going to give a peek to see. Nope, not brown. I'm going to give it another 3 minutes. If these come out amazing, then what I'm going to do is I am going to make a whole bunch of these and use up the rest of the cottage cheese because I can make another bowl of batter. And I'm going to freeze them. I'm going to put them on a baking sheet, put them in the freezer to freeze, and then I'll put them in a Ziploc bag in the freezer, and then we can have pancakes. The kids can just take them out of the bag, warm them up, put some syrup, and boom, you have pancakes, homemade cottage cheese pancakes. So we'll see. Oh yeah, look, see all the bubbles starting to form? These are a few more minutes. Yep, they're starting to get some brown color. I'm gonna give it another 2 minutes. Okay guys, these are super bubbly. They've been on here for 5 minutes. They spread a little too much. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, you see how they're easily coming off? Here we go. Ooh, that looks yum. Nice. Come on. Sorry, keep knocking you. Okay. Get these over here. They smell delicious. And I'm not just saying that, they really smell so good. Okay. I'm gonna let them cook for a few minutes on this side, but they smell really, really good. Really good. Can't wait to give these a try. Okay. These are ready. So I'm gonna pull these off. I'm gonna pull these off the griddle. And I'm gonna get the second batch going. And I'm gonna plate these up for my family. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to grease the pan again so that these do not stick. You want to make sure you keep your pan greased. So I'm just going to spritz a little more olive oil on here. Okay. Give it a nice brush. Okay. And now, let me get another batch on. Okay. I'm getting all these ideas. Like, I'm thinking maybe you could put almond extract in here if you like almond flavor. Okay, so I'm going to let these cook. And while these cook, I'm going to bring you over here because we're going to taste test these. Okay, guys, while my second batch of cottage cheese pancakes is cooking, it is time to taste test these pancakes to see if they are good and if I can fool my kids into eating protein-packed pancakes. So let's see. I'm going to fold it in half and break into it so you can see the texture. Mmm. Okay, I am not lying when I tell you these are actually delicious. These are actually, wow, delicious. So the outside is like chewy. Mmm. The outside is like chewy. You can see how it's like, the outside is chewy, but the inside, the inside is super soft and almost like creamy. Mmm. That's good. Yep. Now I know why I'm going to buy cottage cheese moving forward. Any little thing you can do to make meals healthier. And pancakes, I mean, it's just pure carbs and sugar. But if you can put some protein in there, you can still give your kids pancakes that they like, but have some protein in there. All right, I'm going to plate some of these. Actually, my husband would eat all 7 of these. They're small, so it's like 3 big pancakes, which is what he would eat. So I'm just going to leave these on here. And I'm going to put some banana on there for him. He likes banana on his pancakes. All right. And I'm going to put some blueberries on there for him. Okay. So my son is still sleeping. And my littlest one, she is not feeling well. So she said she's not hungry right now. So I'm just going to leave hers on the side. And when she's hungry later, maybe she'll eat them. We'll see. And I'm going to put a little bit of syrup on here. All right. And there we go, folks. Cottage cheese pancakes. I am pleasantly surprised. Scout's honor. These are actually good. So I think I'll be buying cottage cheese from now on and to make pancakes. Yeah. Who would have thought? Unbelievable. So I have to call my friend and let her know that the cottage cheese and eggs that she recommended, I did not like. I already told her actually. But I can't wait to tell her about these because these are actually delicious. So thanks for watching and give these a try if you're looking to make healthier changes. I am going to go give these to my husband. He doesn't even know they're cottage cheese pancakes. And let's see if he likes them. I think he will. He likes everything, actually. And if you're sometimes trying to figure out how much you need or if one, batch recipe is enough for your family, then I'm just going to give you a little bit of information here because I used 1.5 cups of cottage cheese, which is 12 ounces. Okay, and that made 20 little pancakes. I used my little cookie scoop and it made 20 of these, what is this, 2.5, 3-inch size pancakes, tiny little pancakes. They're not too tiny. I'm going to put one in my hand just to show you. Okay, so that's my hand. That's the size of the pancake. So it made 20 of those. And this container of cottage cheese is 24 ounces. So if you want to make 40 little pancakes, if you have a larger family, then you just buy this one container, and this is the exact amount that you need to make a double batch, which is 40 of these little pancakes. So just a little tip there. And also, this is 0 fat cottage cheese. You can get the whole fat, and it would probably make them more delicious. This is just what I happened to buy when I bought this. Yeah, okay. So that's it. So 24-ounce container is the exact container that you need to make a double batch 40 little baby pancakes. And even if your family doesn't need 40 pancakes, you only need 1 batch, make the double batch. Why? Because you can freeze these and put them in the freezer. And then you don't have to make them next time. You can just warm it up and you have homemade breakfast. I am going to actually eat my pancakes instead of with syrup. I'm going to put some apple butter on there because I think that'll be delicious. It still has sugar, but it's a little less sugar than if you're using syrup. Maybe half the amount of sugar. Okay. And I think that's going to be good because you have this creamy, chewy pancake. It's not chewy, but it's a little on the outside. It has like a firmness to it. And the apple butter has cinnamon, and you have the sweet apple. And I think it's going to be good. And I'm having my cup of coffee. And my mother-in-law always brings us, whenever she goes to see the Amish people, well, she doesn't go see them like she has, like, she's going to visit. Whenever she goes to that area of the country where there's a lot of Amish people, she always brings us back, like, apple butter and strawberry rhubarb jam and chow chow, which I had no idea what chow chow was until I met my husband. It's like this jar of, like, pickled, I guess beans and green beans and I don't know, but it's pickled vegetables basically, and hot sauce, and she always brings back food stuff, which is awesome. And so apple butter is one of the things that we always have. So I'm gonna give these a try. I'm gonna roll it up with the apple butter in there, just like this. It's actually delicious. I mean, obviously you can put the apple butter on there and just put them on your plate, eat it with a fork, but this is really good. And so you have a toddler that eats with their hands, put some apple butter on these cottage cheese pancakes, roll it up, and it's a finger food. So good. This is really good. So this is how I'm going to eat my pancakes. But however you want to eat them, give these a try because they're really, really good. Healthier choices, little changes, one day at a time, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.